Welcome to Inside Insight, your quick hit of tips, tools, and trends for manufacturing, distribution, and Dynamics 365 Business Central. Brought to you by Insight Works.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something that, well, might seem a bit dry at first glance. Warehouse inefficiencies. But this is often where profits just sort of vanish. We've got some really interesting sources looking at hidden costs, especially for businesses using Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central.
Right.
So our mission today is basically to figure out where that money's going and, how some newer solutions are trying to fix things.
And it's fascinating, isn't it, how these seemingly tiny issues, like maybe grabbing the wrong item off a shelf, a mispick, or just not finding something.
Yeah.
It's not just a 5-minute problem. These things actually compound. They ripple out and create serious operational costs impacting the whole supply chain. People think warehouses are just boxes on shelves, but they're crucial hubs.
Okay, so if they compound, where's the starting point? I mean, where does the bleeding usually begin? Our sources really seem to zero in on inventory and accuracy first. How does that actually play out, that gap between the computer screen and what's physically there?
Yeah.
What's the immediate chaos?
Well, it's definitely more than just someone wasting 15 minutes looking for something, although that happens too.
Right.
It directly hits your ability to fulfill orders correctly.
Right.
That means, unhappy customers, maybe lost sales, and sometimes even serious chargebacks if the wrong stuff goes out.
Ouch.
Yeah, one study we looked at suggested that maybe up to 20% of a warehouse's total running costs could be tied back to just these kinds of inventory mistakes.
20%. Wow.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So the solution often involves forcing that digital and physical match, making users scan and verify every single movement so that the system, like Business Central, always reflects exactly what's on the floor right now.
That makes sense. Shifting from putting out fires to preventing them. But what about those older habits? Manual processes, paper lists, typing things in later. That feels like it would still be common, right?
It absolutely is. And it's like this hidden tax of, human error. Think about it. Every time someone writes something down or types it in later, there's a chance for a typo, a missed line, a misplaced decimal.
Right. Yeah.
It's not just slower. It opens the door for those errors that cascade. A wrong order ship, deadlines get missed, then you spend a whole day fixing it.
So the move is towards real-time capture.
Exactly. Using barcode scanners, mobile devices right there on the floor, feeding directly into Business Central. The update happens the moment the action happens. No lag, fewer errors.
Okay. And besides the data entry, what about just moving the goods? Our sources also mentioned slow put away and picking being a big bottleneck.
Definitely. If the process isn't standardized or guided by the system, things slow down.
How so?
Well, think about receiving a shipment. Without guidance, maybe someone takes an inefficient route to put items away or puts them in a temporary spot and forgets. It just adds time.
I see.
So streamlining that, like allowing a worker to scan the purchase order, confirm what they received, and then be directed where to put it, all from their device, that speeds things up massively.
Right. It empowers them with the information right then and there.
And updates the system instantly as they work.
That sounds good for standard stuff, but warehouses can be pretty unique, can't they?
Yeah.
Generic software might not fit every specific need. Our sources flagged that teams having to work around the software.
Oh, that's a huge point. Trying to make a one-size-fits-all software work when your process is different, it just creates friction and inefficiency.
So what's the alternative?
The key thing highlighted is tools offering built-in no-code ways to customize. Think visual designers.
No code, so you don't need programmers.
Exactly. Business users or supervisors can actually tailor the interface, define how scans should work, maybe insert a specific quality check step for certain items, all visually directly within their Business Central setup.
So tailoring the tech to your actual workflow, not the other way around.
Precise.
Okay, one last area mentioned, and this one might surprise people, device configuration overhead. Just managing all those scanners and mobile devices.
Yeah, it's easy to overlook. But if you have dozens or hundreds of devices across maybe multiple sites,
That sounds like an IT headache.
it can be. Keeping them all configured the same way, updated, connected, it takes time. So the solution discussed is about centralizing that management, tying it directly into Business Central.
So you can see and manage all devices from one place.
Right. Connect them, track them, update them through a clean interface. It just simplifies the whole management aspect and keeps everything consistent.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, our listener? It sounds like warehouse operations are way more than just storage. It's about real-time accuracy, speed, and cutting down errors.
Yeah, turning what might be seen as just a cost center into something much more efficient, more agile.
And modernizing doesn't necessarily mean ripping everything out and starting over.
Not at all. It suggests integrating these kinds of barcode-enabled tools directly into what you already have, like Business Central. It makes your existing system smarter and more accurate, often with minimal disruption.
So it's more than just tech. It can actually change the culture a bit, make the team's job less frustrating, more accurate.
Definitely. It can improve morale when the tools actually help instead of hinder.
Makes sense.
So maybe the question for you listening is, what part of your own processes, maybe not even in a warehouse, might be silently leaking money because of older, unoptimized methods? It's often in those little inefficiencies where the big improvements are hiding.
A great thought to end on. Thanks for diving deep with us today. We hope you're leaving with some fresh insights to think about.